Morning, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys and girls, vibrations, love and light to everybody. I hope everybody's well this morning. It's absolutely lagging it down in Carlisle, but I'm up and I'm going to do a little half an hour in the gym because I'm going to Penrith tonight and I'm killing myself. So I'm not doing too much this morning. But I wanted to make this video about the 3 biggest neglects in training. Now, before I get into them, what I like to do lately when I'm training, what works for me, is I like to lay there starfish on my rug at home before I go training. Just lay there and just try and gather my thoughts, put any negativity, anything that's going on in my head that I don't want there, try and get that out of there. Try and gather my thoughts. Try and remember why I'm going training. Yeah? Got to remember, you've got to gather the necessary motivation to get down to the gym. Sometimes getting down to the gym is harder than the session itself. And you've got to remember why I'm training. You know, the direction I'm going. Why I'm getting fit. Why I decide to grind every morning. Why do I do that? Because I've got a direction. I'm trying to achieve something. You know, training is a very personal thing. There's only you and you only can get yourself out of bed and go running at whatever time you're going running in the morning. You and you only can get yourself down to the gym and gather the necessary motivation to train. There's only you and you only that can put in the required effort when you're down there, you know what I mean, to make the session worthwhile, to really get something out of it. You and you only can do that. So I sit and gather my thoughts a little bit at home and just have a little meditate, if you like, and just try and get my head in the zone before I go down. It helps me, it helps my training. Also, before I spar, I say a little prayer in my head. I say a little prayer in my head before I spar, and I just ask that both of us get home safely. Both of us are taken care of in that spar, because people forget how many people have died in this sport, how many lives have been lost, and the countless brain hemorrhages. Acute subdued hematoma, that's the most common one, a bleed on the brain, very common in boxing. So treat the sport with some respect. Have a moment's silence for all the lost ones, all the warriors that have been killed in this game. That's what I do, that's where I go before I spar, and it helps the outcome. I think it helps. I go into there feeling safer, and it just, something I do. There you go. Now, number 1 for me, what I recognise and what I've done over the years, the biggest neglect, warming up. Nobody warms up properly. Even if you just stand there and just shake it off for a couple of minutes, stand there and turn the hips, even if you're just bouncing on the spot, or stand there just doing that, just throwing loose punches for a couple of minutes, yeah? Or a little light move about, little light shadow box, just move around, get yourself warm, yeah? Bodyweight squats, that's a good one, yeah? Bodyweight squats, push-ups, another good one. Get yourself warm, get the blood pumping, prevent injuries, get your heart rate up a little bit, get the blood pumping, get some blood in your muscles, get the ligaments and everything loosened up. You know, it's less chance of getting injured. Not enough people warm up, and you want to be doing it for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. 5 minutes is like your minimum warm-up time, 5 minutes. Just stand there, do whatever you do and get a skip going. Skipping's a brilliant warm-up, yeah? Get your heart rate up, get yourself ready to train. Don't just go in there cold, because you're going to pull something, you're going to hurt something. So that's the neglect number 1. Neglect number 2. Breathing. So many people don't breathe correctly when they're training. Even if you're doing the weight training, strength and conditioning work, your breathing is so important. I've only just started to get my breathing right now, and I've been training for about 5 weeks, flat out. And I'm only just starting to get the correct breathing going whilst I'm training. Every second I get, between every punch, get a breather. Your oxygen is your fuel. That's what's going to keep you going further down the line. That's what's going to get you deeper into the trenches when you're in warfare. It's going to make you perform better. be conscious about your breathing, because like I said, it's your fuel. That keeps you going. It brings your heart rate down, allows you to go on for longer, yeah? Too many people, they don't breathe when they're throwing punches, they're just writhing in, no good. After every punch, every time, if you're just walking around looking at your man, get a breather. If you're throwing a combination on a bag, the second you're finished, hands up, get a breather, yeah? Oxygen is your fuel, lowers your heart rate, gives you more energy, yeah? Simple as. Now, number 3, the biggest neglect for me is stretching at the end of a session. Not enough people stretch. That's probably the biggest neglect, stretching. Not enough people stretch. You see some people stretching at the start of a workout, before they've even warmed up. No good. You see them like stretching, they're like bouncing like that when they're cold. No good. That's the quickest way to pull something, stretch a ligament, pull a muscle. Stretch at the end of your session when you're warm and all your muscles are loose and they're full of, your whole body's pumping, you're full of blood, all your ligaments and tendons and muscles are all warm. That's how you get the best stretching done. You stretch at the end of your session. That way you can get really down with the stretching. And when you are stretching, hold it for a minimum of 10 seconds. Get full stretch. And when you exhale and when you're stretching, you can always go that little bit further on the exhale. Yeah? You touch your toes. You breathe out. You breathe out. You can always get that little bit further on when you exhale. But you must be warm to stretch. Don't stretch cold. No good. So there's your 3 biggest neglects. Warming up, correct breathing, and stretching after the workout. Post-workout stretching. All right? I hope everybody's well. Have a fantastic day, people. Bye-bye for now. Bang! Ta-da!